Alright, we're live on Twitch, doing the YouTube things. Looks like we're live on YouTube. Oh, it says bad. Stream status bad. We're not receiving the video data at a fast enough rate. Your viewers may experience buffering.
Is OBS still in the green?
OBS says green.
Well, clearly that must mean that Restream is currently slowing things down.
Maybe. That's oops. Again, right, I'll just do all the ingestion settings and that.
Feel free to.
Alfie says, I like a good buffering. Okay, save changes. Back to the live control room. Okay, I'll keep an eye on OBS, but we'll bear in mind that possibly Restream is having a problem with YouTube at the moment. Let's see. Yes, hello you sexy viewers.
That's your stream where you can do that. Please stop that in mine.
I was just saying hello to Belorso, who is saying hello to sexy
you can
streamers.
do that like a normal person.
So we have Alfie and we have Belorso, who've been chatting about Stargate. And Ralph has joined. Hello, Ralph. Ralph says he feels like he's dying. He's got a terrible cough and I can taste that weird bloody taste you get with the chesty one. Ew. But at least weight training was cancelled in rugby. And Potato's here. He says, boo. Hello.
Well, that surely scared me. Go away. Shoo. Shoo. Shoo.
And the conversation about Stargate continues.
All systems online.
It bothers me that I can't
That's
close
pink.
this door.
How long have you had a pink submarine?
What do you mean?
It looks pink to my
Prawn
eyes.
suit has always been that colour.
And Ralph suggests that it should be, hello you fashionably and sensibly dressed according to my ruling viewers. Is what Mir should say.
No, that's not what a normal person says. A normal person just says, hello, please go away.
Has it always been pink?
Yes. But do you mean the lighting in the submarine?
No, the fact that the walls all look pink.
Hold on, let me illustrate. It is red because at the moment we're sitting over a volcano. But having the lights on makes it look slightly pink.
Yeah.
That's
right.
the normal colour. That's
Yeah.
where it mixes with the red lighting of the
Oh, I see. So it's
volcano
actually
crater.
the volcano that's making it pink.
All
Okay.
right.
And Potato says, so, Salamir, what is your favourite unhealthy drink?
Unfermented grape juice.
That's unhealthy? Unhealthy drink, mate.
I thought that's unhealthy.
Unfermented grape juice is healthy.
I believe so.
Isn't Coca-Cola is less healthy?
Well,
Wouldn't
yeah,
that
but
be
that's
your
an
favourite
occasion.
unhealthy?
Well, I don't know.
My favourite unhealthy drink is one of a... It's going to be booze, isn't it, Sel? I was going to say one of a selection of many cocktails.
It is a lot darker down here than I remember.
And Ralph also says, I don't know what your idea of normal is, Mia, but it seems very antisocial.
What did we hit now?
The Rock?
Probably. There we go. That
I
looks
don't remember
brighter.
it being quite so dark down there either.
Ooh. Lovely.
Mmm.
So, recently, I unfortunately suffered from a dream. It was quite disturbing. It was about a patisserie, or a cake shop, for normal people.
A what, for normal people?
A cake shop,
Yeah.
who were selling really mediocre cakes. And that's the entire stream. Go away. Oops, wrong one. Like, they only sold these really dull, boring, and gross sponge cakes with nothing on them. And my entire dream was about that.
I couldn't imagine a cake shop that sold nothing but ordinary, boring sponge cakes surviving.
Well, it wasn't a very
long.
successful cake shop in my dream, but the baffling bit was that it was still selling that stuff, and apparently I dreamt about that store for half an afternoon in dream time, where I was just sitting there watching them sell these very bland and boring and gross cakes
Yeah.
with nothing on them.
Mm. Ralph is accusing you of hating the French's cooking because you're
what's
describing a
this now?
patisserie.
Stop. Go away. Thank you.
And Potato says nobody likes French cooking.
Ow. That did not work as intended.
A lot of Cajun cooking's based on French cooking.
Hold on, who accused me of not liking the French?
Of French cooking.
Well, you can expand
Was
that
Ralph.
to the French.
Ralph did say, well, the French in general, I'd assume.
We do have that Erbfeindschaft going on. It's a German word that apparently has no English counterpart, which describes an enemy that you inherit from your parents or grandparents.
Ah, okay.
Erbfeindschaft. And we hate the French for good reason.
We have a phrase for it. I'm just trying to... Ancestral enemy.
Ah, there you go. Well, yeah, but that's just...
Yeah, we are ancestral enemies with the French.
It's a bit noisy in here.
What's the green stuff?
They look like those iron cubes, but in a block.
Xenophobia which is passed down by the genes, asks Ralph. I think more passed down by culture.
Yeah. You won't automatically hate the French just because you're an abandoned baby in the woods that came from German parents.
And Elfie says, who could not like croissants, pain au chocolat, profiteroles? Yeah, absolutely. And I'd add to that any number of gâteaux. And...
But that's not French cooking, that's French pastries.
Well, we were talking about cake shops.
I mean, I guess, but still.
Oh, well,
Speaking about
that sounds
Stargate, that's a
robot-y.
that looks like a replicator.
Yeah, didn't it just?
Hold on, I'll catch it. Oh no, I caught it! Oh no, what do I do?
You've got a tiger by the tail.
Oh well, it's my friend now. It's like an hot air balloon pet animal. Oh god, it touched me! Go away! Oh no, it's coming for me. Stop it! Go away. Shoo. Bad. Come back.
Can you scan it?
I probably should, but I don't feel like going outside and touching it personally.
Yes.
What do you need?
Ooh. Ralph says what, like
Look,
America
it
is...
sits down!
Oh, so it does.
How adorable. Where did it go? It's an alien robot. I'm very imaginative when it comes to naming things. Off you go. Well, it doesn't seem to do me any harm. It just stands there.
Yeah,
keep
so
that
Ralph
anyway.
was saying that America is an ancestral enemy with Russia.
You've got to be
I guess it's been long enough now, hasn't it, for it to be ancestral. Ralph says Ratatouille as well, not just the movie. I don't like Ratatouille that much.
You've watched Ratatouille? I didn't expect you to.
No, I'm talking about not just... We're talking about food. The food version of Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah, right. There is a food version of Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I didn't... that's going to look embarrassing now on my resume. Clearly, I have to put that on there.
Let's just read this before it goes off the screen. Here's a topic for discussion, says Balorso. Caution, long intro. 2 boys, 12 and 13 years old, recently destroyed a beekeeper, killing 500,000 bees.
Yeah, I saw them.
They each face up to 10 years in prison. Do you think that's valid?
Yeah, that
or
is
should
valid.
they have to pay off the damage, $60,000 instead, all their lives long? When you say destroyed a beekeeper, I mean, did they murder the beekeeper?
It was winter. No, they didn't murder the beekeeper.
Well,
Goodness gracious,
I
no.
heard the story.
Well, it was
would
winter, and the boys thought, oh man, it would be really funny to toss over all those beehives, killing the described amount of bees.
500,000. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Because, you know, that kind of disrupts their ecosystem, and they then die off once the hive is broken. And that cost the beekeeper a lot of money in damages, because, you know, you can't easily replace a beehive. Well, if there was an alternative between prison life and paying off the debt, I would suggest that this would be something the kids can decide for themselves, but I'm not a judge, so I wouldn't know. In either case, I do believe that either punishment is justified.
Is a 10-year-long prison sentence for a 12-year-old? Are they actually capable of understanding their criminal culpability at that point?
Oh, according to the law, they're not fully liable at that point, but I don't want them to get off the hook with just...
No, I know what you mean. You want them to be punished, but then what is your... And so this is a question of chat as well. Is... Oh, there's a stone rising beside you.
Yeah, I know, that's where the big pile of green stuff was
Okay.
sitting on.
Is what do you want to achieve? Is it punishment or is it re-education? And somebody called you Mir, the Stargate wrangling German, and I missed who it was. Oh, it was Ralph. Giles Price is here. Hello, Giles, who says,
Giles.
would you chug a bottle of maple syrup? Not without pancakes. And you now have 385 grams of salt.
Thank you very much.
Ralph says maple syrup is honey for weirdos. No offense, potato. I like honey and I like maple syrup, but on different things. Bell also is expressing his frustration at you not bringing your keys to places. I think that's the tablet thing.
You know, when my key is about as large as my chest, I don't want to carry them around with me at all times. It's a bit bothersome.
Ralph suggests...
I'm a lot higher now.
Says, Christ alive, 10 years? Just get them to fix it and breed bees with no suits.
That's a bit unfair. Ah! Wrong button.
Potato says, I say both in my personal opinion. Giles says, Potato would defo chug a bottle of maple syrup.
Well, I don't know. I have never had potato syrup.
Potato syrup.
Maple syrup in my life. So, no, I had not.
Oh,
so, I
different.
wouldn't know if this is
Just
like
make it-
that cinnamon stuff where you die as soon as you eat one spoonful of it. Was it that? Was it cinnamon? Remember. I feel like this is the large facility that shot the ship out of the sky.
Maybe.
The height seems to be right. The architecture looks familiar. The moon pool is there.
Potato says, real maple syrup is like $10 for a small bottle. It'd be stupid to simply consume maple syrup. And Bell also says, at Mir, when your pockets are each about as big as a supersized suitcase, you have no excuse to not bring your keys.
Well, look, I just found some keys randomly lying around here. I'm that considerate. Hold on, if this is the island, I'll probably left like another 2 keys somewhere around here.
Giles says that Anubis might for a dare from Mir.
I vaguely remember already having opened this, haven't I? Why is this closed again?
I know they all look a bit the same to me.
Oh yeah, fine. Be inconsiderate about this. Well, there goes my key again. Goodbye.
Belle also says, at me, yes, it's cinnamon. Oh, I didn't realise that. Cinnamon was deadly in such small doses.
Well, it's not deadly. I over-exaggerated a bit. You'll just start coughing and sneezing or something.
Well, yeah, it's powdery.
I do vaguely remember already having been here, but apparently this is all unexplored.
Spotted Cow says, hi and a good moo. A good moo to you too.
Good mood to you too.
And hello Tammy Pattons, who's arrived and said hello everyone.
Hello, Tammy. Hello, Whipping.
Oh. Oh!
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I remember that happening before.
Yeah, I know. I think it just told me off. Well, back on track. Slowly.
Are you still infected? Did that fix you or infect you more?
Still infected.
Ah. Babom's arrived and says, hello, humanoids and Mia and cow.
What an apt description.
Hello, Babom. How very inclusive of you. I approve. Potato said, I did a hello, you sexy viewers doodle a few days ago. I'm reading what he said.
It's bad enough.
I'm wondering if you saw it as well as the drawing I did for the Staxel thumbnail. I'd be sure to give you a collar, Petzal. I didn't see any hello, you sexy viewers doodle, I don't believe.
Well, I didn't see it either, and if you're sending it to me, I would have probably censored it already.
And Ralph says, was that a weird northern accent, Mia? Saying back on track. Well, Mia has been living in Manchester for long enough that his pure BBC accent is starting to get just a touch northern.
What do you mean? How do I sound northern?
Well, I mentioned I left a while ago when you said something, and I was like, oh, that's so Manchester. I noticed there's the couple of little turns of phrase and things that you're coming out with which are quite local.
Don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
Stop
it. I'll get him saying in it before long.
No, I won't.
In it. At Sal, you just try the cinnamon challenge then. At least it's not quite as deadly as the Tide Pod challenge. Okay.
Why is there a challenge that revolves around dishwasher stuff?
Oh, because people like to poison
and
themselves.
eating it.
And Giles says you need to be fully cured to deactivate the massive green-ass gun that shot the sunbeam down.
I do believe I've seen that before because I was already in there one of the earlier streams, but now that the full release version came out, they probably reset that.
Oh, before you go back, I just spotted Giles says you forgot to scan the item in the display case.
I did try to scan the item in the display case, but I already knew about it.
Okay.
And thus I couldn't, proving once again that I was already in there.
And Spotted Cow says,
Ow.
Sal, I love when you and Mia do co-op. I'm not his pet. Sal 2018. Love the madness. So, oh, right. Mancunian. Mancunian. So has Mia gone all Mancunian then?
I hate this term.
Hashtag chat never forgets. And Potato rolls his eyes at Mia and says, I'll just PM you the doodle, Sal. Feel free to hop into Discord after the stream.
She won't.
I'll remember at some point, but it might not be like I might remember straight after the stream, or I might forget and then remember first thing tomorrow and then go. But yeah. When do we start Mia on Cockney? That would be fun, says Babom.
Manchester people don't even have a proper accent. Scottish, now that's a proper accent. That's something you can discern.
You never really notice your own accent, and your accent is becoming so. I mean, it's still very BBC at the moment. It's still very proper British, but it's tending towards northern.
Fine, I'll just stop talking then entirely.
Because there is an accent which is, you think of it as being the sort of northern university accent, where I call it university accent because across the north people tend to, because you go to lots of people in northern universities meeting each other and the accents mingle. It's a bit like a mid-Atlantic accent. Ooh, that looked painful. What happened?
I parked too close to the edge and apparently I fell off. It's alright, I didn't hurt myself.
Benny Bear says, Cow, I saw you watched Captain Shack's last stream. I loved his face when he read your good mood message. Ralph says, Mia, have you never seen dishwasher tablets? They look delicious. Tammy
I have
says,
seen them and they do not.
Tammy says, Tide Pods are laundry detergent and it's a stupid challenge. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Giles says, oh, what happened?
The ghosts are talking to me again. Regular occurrence, really.
And Giles says you could do it with fairy liquid tabs. Ralph says, Mere Bristolian?
You might as well just drink liquid dishwasher soap. If you're so inclined.
Just like
look, an alien thermal plant.
Oh, yeah. Babom says, I used to have an accent, and then he's got a sad face. Are you sad that you lost your accent, or sad that you used to have an accent? Tammy says, my accent comes out when I'm mad or sick. My accent comes out most strongly when I'm with family. Giles says, I didn't think a bomb had an accent.
Hold on.
Ralph says, I love how much of a wimp Mir is. He uses the prawn suit like it's power armor. I'd do that though as well.
2 iron batteries make an iron power cell. Remember when we was doing all the battery thinging?
Yeah.
I guess I'm going off on a battery thinging thing again. Well, what do you want me to do? Just park the thing at the entrance and then walk everywhere? This thing does it automatically for you.
And so Babom says, what about the bleach challenge? And Spotted Cow says it's fun when they don't know what to do to my good mood. Bell also says this whole Tide Pod challenge actually started when someone photoshopped Tide Pods onto pizza to end the debate around pineapple on pizza. I don't think it worked. I don't think it ended the debate.
Well, seeing how I didn't even know that this was the origin of this nonsense.
Yeah. And I had pineapple pizza. Did you have some of that pineapple pizza? No, you didn't, did you?
No, of course not.
I had pineapple pizza last weekend, I think it was. Mia chose pepperoni, I think it might have been.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. And Giles says, oh, big news! Potato is a big star around the Antarctica airport. Ah.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, do tell more. The bomb says, having a clear accent makes it harder for people to understand me, so conversations were more interesting. And yeah, I found something quite interesting when I was like spending time in the deep south, like out in Cajun country, is that the more BBC like a British accent is, the heavier the British accent is, and the harder it is for some people with strong foreign accents to understand. I always assumed it'd be the other way around because I can sometimes my regional accent can get quite strong.
Polyanal for kyanite. What did I need for polyanal?
And that means that British people can sometimes find it difficult to understand what I'm saying, or misunderstand what I'm saying. But the Americans seem to find it, certainly some of the Americans I was mixing with, like the French Cajuns, were finding it easier to understand me than they were people on the BBC. Which was, I'm a bit surprised. And Ralph says, it literally sounds like Power Armor Mere, come on. Yeah, I'd be running around in it as well. Bill also says, at Cow, be proud. Not everyone gets noticed by Shaq. And Spotted Cow says he had to pay to get in to see it.
Who's Shaq?
A streamer.
Oh. Thank heavens I don't know him. Go away, I don't want you. No, your kind is not welcome here. Did it catch me? It probably caught me.
Don't know. And I can't see your radar thing either.
Yeah, that's because I don't have it always on. That thing uses energy. I just fire it in bursts. No,
I meant that the scanner thing. That's the one. Yeah. It was just.
Well, that's over there. I'm looking at it occasionally.
Yeah.
But I'm aware that I'm currently in a relatively safe area. I believe.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Oh no.
Giles says, I see Potato wasn't curious on why he's a big star.
Well,
yeah,
he's a bit
Potato.
busy.
Is he?
He's being a star now. You have no time for lowly people like us. Ow.
Bell also says, the jets on the prawn suit seem awfully powerful. They weren't this strong when the indie game promoter was playing Subnautica. Must have been boosted in the more recent releases. Babom says, is the suit Mia's Lydia now?
No, it's not. The submarine probably is. The submarine's carrying all my burdens.
Ralph says, well, I have a BBC accent because my dad does too. So he sounds all official to the people that he talks to across the globe. I noticed when I was living in Venezuela, and in fact, actually, just when I was doing that job before I went to Venezuela and I was traveling.
Oh, look at this!
Dealing with a lot of foreign governments, I lost an awful lot of my accent because I was trying to speak as accentless as possible. So yeah, I was really surprised when I found that some people understood an accented British easier than an accentless British, because apparently that makes the British accent stronger. Oh, there you go. And Potato says, oh, a couple of months ago I found out that the Osakan dialect is like the southern redneck-like accent in Japan. Now I've got to be more careful about what I use for learning.
Hold on a second. Can I make this easier? I can.
Mia, the aforementioned streamer, is a space engineer streamer and an RPG streamer. Potato says, I'm working on a doodle, sorry, about not acting curious about the potato.
See, told you, he's famous now.
Oh.
Doesn't need us anymore.
Says, you're a star, you should be happy. Yeah, so why is Potato a star? Because even if Potato's not curious, I'm curious.
The head standard.
Oh, and a question for what?
This.
The ray thing?
I see it.
The warping thing?
Running.
This thing. Uh-oh.
The ray thing. Oh, that thing in the background. The thing with the flippers. And the...
Why is it coming so close?
No, it's just passing by.
Yeah, I know, but still, it makes me slightly nervous. This looks good.
Ralph says, "Oh shit, run me!"
No, I've learned with 2 spider squids that running is not a good idea. They'll catch up to you.
Belle also says, "Don't worry, Mia. Doggy just wants to play."
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah. So, question to everybody out there is about my stream tomorrow. I'm rather tempted to.
Oh god, no, 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 no. No! Shields. Yes, I noticed. Thank you for telling me.
Oh, Tammy's humming the theme from Jaws.
Yeah, that's very fitting. She can move over to the dramatic phase of the song now.
And Ralph says, "Doggy wants to
Shoot.
play by ripping you limb from limb." And Giles says, "Nobody asked why Potato is a star, not even the star himself." I was asking. Oh, is that a tentacle sliding across
No,
your
it's
screen?
that stupid thing. There, you can see it from the corner of my eye. It's one of those unreasonably large ones. Apparently I just zoomed into that. Are you
what she
kidding
said.
me? Go away. 22%.
We'll get back to tomorrow's stream
No.
in a moment.
Feel free to get back to that. I'm busy
Babom
repairing
says
anyway.
It's Johnny. And Alfie says that is definitely not a cuttlefish, more a rip and rending fish. And Ralph says, "Mere giant hole may be a problem." Yeah, so I was thinking about the stream tomorrow. Staxel is probably not the best idea for streaming because I think we need to have the highest possible quality recording. I think Staxel
On
will
what end
probably...
was Staxel? Ah!
Mia screamed like a girl.
Well, you would too if this unreasonably oversized snake suddenly arrived. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think Staxel
Don't you dare.
might pixelate. If we try and stream it. And it's a pretty tough deal for Mia's computer to play and record Staxel. So to play and stream, it's probably
Again,
a bit much.
I didn't know that Staxel was even an option,
Somebody
so why do
suggested
we have
it. I'm
to
just
excuse
explaining.
it?
Who was it who suggested? It was Ralph.
I
Suggested
see.
Staxel. And oh, Ralph says someone get the Rowstone M ready. And Tammy says I scream like a girl too. Belle also has gone choo choo a few times. Ralph says, but you're the one who's justified to be like that in this situation, Tammy. And as Belle also says, Tammy, well, at least you are a girl. Babom says, what about Tony? Good point. I haven't actually tried playing Oni since my computer started getting really unstable. I'd have to test it out. Well, what I was going to suggest, because I am having a lot of fun with Railway Empire at the moment, but we are recording a series of Railway Empire. I think it can probably withstand streaming it, but if I was to stream Railway Empire, I'd be looking to do one of the campaigns. So that means that we'd be streaming the campaigns at the same time as releasing episodes of the scenario. So I don't know. What do you think about 2 series running at the same time on about different things? We'd have like series 1 has started. It would mean that series 2 starts tomorrow while series 1 continues. Babom suggests, what about Bounty Train? That's not a bad idea, actually. Pell also says that sounds good to me about the Railway Empire. And Potato has posted a picture of Mia holding a packet of cat food and waving it at me saying, "Who's hungry?" And me saying, "I swear to star, if you feed that to me, I will murder you."
Well, at least she has her cat house.
Which people are... That is not my house.
Well, it has your name on it.
It's not a cat house. It
looks like a cat house.
It's just that it's a normal sized house. It's just a long way off in the distance. And you're looking at the garage entrance, not the front door.
Of course. You write your name on your house. Yes. Otherwise you might lose it.
It helps me get back in when I'm drunk and stops me from accidentally wandering into the neighbour's house. That's why it's written so big, because my eyes are blurry when I'm drunk enough that I need to see my nameplate written the entire
You know that I'll
width
now
of the
have
house.
to write your name on our house in Staxel in unreasonably oversized letters.
I don't get drunk in Staxel. The mug
Well,
of
you
sack is
haven't
too
tried yet.
weak. 2 pints, one straight after the other.
Yeah, Germans drink 2 pints for lunch. Ow.
Ralph says, can't we have an IRL stream of Sal's PC exploding trying to play Skyrim? We should maybe save that until I've got a new PC. And Giles says, Sal should explain the new train game.
What do you mean, explain?
The new train game is... I'm
Belorso's
assuming
fault.
that Giles doesn't know it and hasn't seen it. Sorry about that, the cable got trapped, and so if you heard any rustling of cables and things, that was me trying to free the headphones. Yeah, Belle also got me a copy of Railway Empire, and I started I did a test to see if it was stable with my computer, and it's pretty good actually. Because I think, I have a theory, it's just a hypothesis actually, it's not even a theory, just a hypothesis, that my computer is crashing due to graphics issues rather than processor issues. And Railway Empire is not graphics intensive. It's got some really good graphics in it, but I don't think the graphics processor has to work as hard. Whereas I drew this conclusion after we tried, I ran a test on My Time in Portia and Staxel. Now Staxel, Mia's computer just struggles a little to record and play at the same time, and my computer seems quite happy with it. But it's a processor intensive game, not a graphics intensive game. Whereas My Time in Portia is graphics intensive. and so is Skyrim. It's a graphics intensive game, and they're both, my computer's just falling over. So so I think it might be related to that. So yeah, so my new game, Railway Empire, is a tycoon game, but it's got quite an updated twist on the tycoon game, like the
fact that you can ride the train.
Yeah, you can ride on the footplate of the train and stuff like that. It's set in America at the start of the... Well, you can go from the very beginnings of the development of railways, and that's, I think, is what we would do. We'd probably start...
Oh look! He added Farm Fan in the picture.
He did add Farm Fan in the picture. Who, to quote Solo Spirit, is gonna get an interesting surprise in her slippers one night. Like I said to her, so I haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna crap in her slippers or drop a dead mouse in there. But hang on, let me just whiz back. We missed some stuff. What about Talisman? Oh Lord, no potato. Spotted Cow says, did you try to get in the cat house? No, it's not my cat house. And Giles says, Potato doesn't sound excited when I mentioned it was a German in Potato's Picks. They wanted more. Rolf says, this backstory to persuade Mia is the most thought on the spot so far. I know this is about me and the it's not my cat house. Bella also says, at Sal, 2 pints and you're drunk? But once I agree with Mia, to a German, that's an average lunch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had 2 pints in Staxel, and it had absolutely no effect on me whatsoever. I mean, 2 pints, and I would at least know that I'd had 2 pints. I'd at least expect to be feeling a little... What happened then?
Did you see that?
Yeah, did you shock the thing that zaps you? You zapped the zapper.
Oh, you can't just... Or did you just teleport out of my... I was gonna shoot it into oblivion. Oh well.
It'd be funny if you could teleport it into the submarine.
I do not want to teleport it into my submarine.
Well, I presume it would drown.
Well, yes, but it would also be in my submarine.
Fluid intake.
Oh, you got a fire?
No, I do not have a fire. That's the fire extinguisher button. What I do have is these 2 leeches.
Oh.
Why, you come on. Goodbye. Where's the other one? Farewell. I hope you die in the cold.
Ralph says, Sal, will you actually stream destroying your PC with a sledgehammer when you get a new one? No.
Unlikely. I want to repurpose it.
Yeah, I'm planning on retiring it to be a rendering PC.
Although it is not the best of that either.
Mia might have different plans by the sound of it.
Well, no, that was my plan too, but,
What?
you know, rendering machine.
Yeah. The bomb says, Sal, have you considered upgrading your PC rather than replacing it? Oh, it's had loads of upgrades over the years. I have upgraded. I upgraded from an i5 to an i7. I upgraded the motherboard. I upgraded the RAM from a DDR3 to DDR4, which is like at the same time as replacing the motherboard. It's had a replacement Wi-Fi card.
Oh no, why is there spider squid here?
I haven't upgraded the graphics card. And the cooling and the power supply are all the originals. But other than that, there's... Well, the case is still the original. Yeah, so it's had lots of bits replaced in it. But yeah, it's kind of time for... Well, what I want to do is... I think once Intel... I want to give Intel like maybe about another 18 months before, so that they can sort out their problems and develop a really good chip that doesn't need patching for, you know, their latest problems. And so I don't want to buy the latest cutting-edge Intel technology. I think I'll probably go for another i7. But I kind of would like a second PC anyway, so that then...
She can brag to her friends.
No, so that then
she wants
I
to
can
be as cool as Boris.
I can play on one and render on the other. Because then you can do more. Because like when a PC is rendering, there's you can't do anything. Rendering is so intensive that there's nothing you can do.
So is handbraking.
Yeah, same with handbraking. But although I haven't been handbraking since I bought the new offline storage, because it's
well,
been...
yeah, but you're filling that up eventually, and then you have to start handbraking again.
I should buy storage, I think.
Well, that's one way to solve the
yeah.
problem. Just throw more money at it.
Throw more money at it. I think the thing with handbraking is you're throwing time at something, and I'm more time poor than I am cash poor. And my handbraking's been falling further and further and further behind.
I do not store the water in the alien technology container.
Babom's suggesting playing Skyrim at a lower graphics setting.
I've already downgraded the graphics setting. It still crashes the game.
Yeah. It's got very, very unstable quite recently. So I have tried pulling the Wi-Fi card out. Because the Wi-Fi card sat very close to the graphics card, and I thought maybe the graphics card just can't cool itself properly, because the Wi-Fi card's so close to the fans. Maybe it's not able to get enough of enough cooling airflow through there, but it hasn't stopped it from crashing with any of the games it was unstable with. But yeah. I mean, it could be that it is only the graphics card that needs replacing, but the thing is, if I go through the whole thing just upgrading every component, then I might as well just start with a new PC. I said then I've got two PCs, because this one still works, it's just a bit crashy. So, Spotted Cow says, oh my, holy farmer, just got the stream alarm. And then Potato says, double not sorry. And we get to the picture of Farm Fan saying, cat house looks great. Giles says, Potato's going the route of becoming Sal's mashed potato. And Nimrod's here. Hello. Hello, Nimrod. And Spotted Cow says, I finally get to be a real cow in Sal's game. Yeah, we just... Oh, but you haven't actually seen that yet, have you? You've only seen it in the intro.
Yes, it might still take a while, because getting naming forms is costing me money, and I'm too stingy to spend.
We were a little... Yeah, it's a few episodes in, isn't it, where we name the cows. Not dreadfully far in there. Handful of episodes.
It's a bit. We refer to them for a long time as Pickles and Mulisa.
Yeah. Pickles and Mulisa were
That was probably
names.
a spoiler.
I don't think so.
I don't think we have Pickles yet, because I only just edited the episode in which we get the cow crates.
Everybody's laughing at something, and Belorso says, nice punt, Mia. Potato says, gravity gun for the win. Oh, is this where you hit the teleporting thing?
Probably, yes.
Right.
Come on, stabilize. I want to park.
Oh, and Nimrod's gone again. Sorry, Nimrod. Probably didn't get to give you a shout out in time. And this is what the 1.0 update did, said Ralph.
Lovely. Not quite. The submarine is still adjusting.
Alfie says, oddly enough, you can trap warpers if you build a base with alien containment near their patrol routes.
Whoa,
What?
where's my cat?
Oh,
Where's
where's
my-
your cat?
Did I accidentally pick it up? My cat!
It was there at the start, wasn't it? Wasn't it? We'd have noticed if it wasn't.
My.
Oh dear, Mia's in distress. He's lost his kitten.
I'll be depressed now.
No, go check your lockers. Maybe you've accidentally put it in a locker. It's not
How
like
would
you've
I
thrown it out.
accidentally put it in a locker? I think the game glitched and it just... Look, I lost another poster. I didn't go on an unaware poster ripping down spree.
No, we'd have seen. We were witness.
Where did I leave my mushrooms? Probably
At
downstairs.
least you have a poster of your cat poster.
Well, it's not the same.
I mean, you could start with the poster of your cat poster and Inception that one.
It's still not the same. You hurt me emotionally.
So Alfie was saying that sometimes the warpers can warp into the containment and can't get out. Data says Mouse would be better Sal because to take a crap in one's shoes would mean to disrobe and it would be awkward if she walked in on that. True. Plus they never take their shoes off in that game. Yeah. Well, also says that Sal, your PC sounds like a robot with human skin. That's me. Alfie says Intel already have 2 chips lined up that don't have the flaw. The problem is GPU prices are through the roof because of cryptocurrency uses.
Ugh.
Mom says is the PC a metaphor for me? Ralph says I never understood Bitcoin. How does one mine it? And I did a bit of it's come up in a lot of reading that I do recently.
Oh.
Giles says, do Intel have anything past the i7? Oh, yes. They brought out... well, the i9 exists.
Oh,
and
right.
it exists in a variety of flavours. If it wasn't for the current flaw, I would be totally going for the i9. It's hideously expensive, but... that's what I would upgrade to. If it wasn't for the fact that because they developed the i9 before the flaw was known about, well, before the flaw was public, they're gonna have to patch it, and that's going to mean that future i9s, which will probably be different, will be better than current patched i9s. So I'm gonna avoid getting an i9 until Intel have really got to grips with it and they've shifted a lot of stock off their shelves. So about 18 months time I'll probably upgrade to an i9. Giles says, what about vanilla Skyrim? We're not actually modding that much, are we, Mir?
No, it's basically just quality of life adjustments like the new UI.
The mods shouldn't be causing the problem, I don't think.
Precisely.
Because the mods are not affecting the graphics much.
Where was I?
Zeron says, hello Miss Sally, how are you? I'm fine, thank you very
Hello,
much.
Zeron. How is game development coming along? Sorry for just bursting that in, but I'm curious.
Ralph says,
Thank you, Gold
has
and
anyone
Silver.
actually played Monster Hunter World? Is it worth a buy? Isn't that what Potato's playing?
Yes, it is. You should ask him for opinions.
He may well have. I'm behind on chat. Giles says, the Atlas sub looks interesting alongside the ice biome for Subnautica. And the bomb says, 2050. Ralph says, rip. Mom says, have you looked on the road outside?
Captain, all systems online.
What?
Oh, for the cat!
Oh yeah, that.
Have you looked on the road outside, like, you know, in the gutter, has it been squashed?
Thank you.
And then you get Rastone M, my cat. Here's Rastone number 103, my cat, your cat's rip. What road? Says Giles. Maybe the alien jacked your poster? Suggests Potato. The mom says, try looking back on the ship.
I'll just complain to the developers.
We need a cat Rastone.
I'll complain to the developers, and I want to have them fix this by making this cat poster craftable, so I can just have a full room of them.
Giles says someone should do me a ripstone thingy for the cat poster. That's what they did. Or maybe it's just the way chat's coming through in the wrong order. And thanks to the bomb, Mia has now collected 386 grams of salt.
I need a new locker.
Belle also says floor. What floor? But oh, is it on the floor? That would be your poster when you were looking for your poster.
I'm pretty sure I would have seen it if it had landed on the floor.
And well, you were looking on the floor. Belle also is asking what floor. Giles tried looking at the commands for Nightbot, but the page that Nightbot gives you doesn't exist apparently.
Huh.
Oh, apparently I say blooper scooper.
Yeah, that's something that happens sometimes.
Ah.
I forgot what I was doing. I'm mildly depressed now. Oh yeah, I wanted to make an upgrade for the what now? Cyclops upgrades, which I believe is on the modification station. There you go, Cyclops depth module 3, for which I need plasteel, and I need the module that is currently on board of the Cyclops.
Ralph asks Potato about Monster Hunter, and Potato says, yes, it's totally worth it. You can view a stream I did on my Twitch. Which name is Potato. Crazy Potato. Crazy _ Potato.
What was the report button? Ah, there you go. Into feedback. My
cat poster.
Cat poster disappeared after a dive around in the Cyclops.
This is very distressing to me.
This is very...
All my keys are in the wrong place compared to Mia's keyboard.
Please make the posters craftable. Is that a general bug? Yes, it's a bug.
It's a gameplay bug, isn't it?
It's a gameplay bug too. Very sad. There, I even attached evidence of having had the picture in the past.
Maybe the volcano melted it.
What do you mean? Why did it melt that but not this?
Maybe that one's further away from the wall.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I didn't mean to pick this up. Also, do you remember where I left my... where I left my building thing?
Ooh.
Of course not.
Taser says, Sal, you're 5 away from 500. Yeah, I know.
She's been 1 away from 500 at one point.
I actually touched 500 at one point.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How unfair. You never let me know.
I know. It was only for a little bit. Subscriber numbers bounce up and down. And yes. Welcome.
There, I'll leave that in the pipe dream box now because those posters are useless now.
The link for the bot commands on YouTube is abbreviated so it doesn't work. But it works on Twitch.
Oh, how very handy.
Ralph's saying, imagine the devs reading this.
They probably get loads of these.
Bill also says, that's Sal, when talking about processors, you said something about news of the floor. What was that about? What's it? Spectre and what was the other one? Can't remember the name of the other bug. Or flaw. They're not actually bugs, they're flaws. Flaws in the... so Intel are... They're putting out software patches, but they're gonna have to... The patches are so bad. The flaw is so integral to the way that the CPUs work that it's a terrible thing for them to have to try and resolve, and it seems to try and find a resolution to things like Spectre that don't affect the performance is highly unlikely. But I expect that what will happen in the future is like give them 18 months, and the chips that are on the shelves at that time will have hardware variations to resolve the problems and regain the performance. Oh, Potato says Mia's so angry he can't type. Mia has now collected 387 grams of salt. Thanks to Ralph. Giles has given you a headstone, Em. Mia lives on for as long as you are this incompetent at using the proper command. Potato says, what if the graphic just glitched and the cat is still there? Oh, like Schrodinger's
I would have been
cat.
I would have been able to pick it up, but I can't at the moment. What?
But also saying, oh, floor! F-L-A-W. Yeah, when I saw you asking about floors, F-L-O-O-R, I just presumed you were making a typing error. I was like, oh, yeah, he's German. And then he says, seriously, floor and floor sound the same with you? Ralph says she's Northern Bernie. Everything is confusing. And well, it's not necessarily a northern thing. I think it's more of a northwestern thing. I've got a friend from the northeast who, much further north than me. For those who know the UK, like my origin is in Liverpool. My friend comes from Durham on the far northeastern coast of England. And one morning I said to her that I had the early morning stares. And I was talking about, you know, when it's early morning and you are just gazing off into the distance and you can't really focus on anything because your mind's not working. And she thought I meant stairs like the stairs that you walk up. And then she asked me and she was trying to think of all of the words that sound kind of like stairs, and she was asking me to pronounce them all and saying that I pronounce them all the same, which is true. So, like when you stare, a mixing bowl is the same as staring at somebody, which is the same as walking up a stair. Stare, stare and stare. And then we got into fair, fair and fair, because like anything that is pronounced anything vaguely like fair, like a fairy cat, or the fare that you pay on a train, or a fairground ride. It's all the same to me. And Giles says, who's Northern? Ralph says, Sal and Mia. Bill also says, Mia needs to get out of there, in my humble opinion. His German started deteriorating months ago. Mia forgot a German word today. Didn't you, Mia?
Stop it. We shan't talk about this.
Okay. But Mom says Northerners have no class in their pronunciation. But Bomb would like to start a North-South war. Giles says, Mia's not Northern, he's German. Well, East German. Ralph says he can be both. Ralph says, I'm sorry, but this is why the English accent died. Fairy and fair aren't similar. And Charlie's arrived. He says, ahoy, everyone.
Hello.
So, hello, Charlie. Yes, you've just walked into an argument about accents. Particularly the British Northern and the British Southern accents. And whether fairy and fairy, fair and fair, and stare are different or not. And whether or not Mia has a Northern accent or a German accent. Potato says Sal and Mia, S&M, Sam and Max. It all makes sense now. Who's Sam and Max?
A dog and a rabbit who solve mystery detective things. I don't know.
Don't remember Sam and Max.
I've unfortunately got a Telltale game from them, which I've never played. They also star in the Inventory's Poker Night 1 and or 2. Probably just 2.
And Beloso says at Potato, hey, the S&M thing was my creation. Hands off. Hey, I'll have you know the S&M thing was my creation. It started off with when Mia and I first started recording together. This is like, I think around the time that we were doing the Anubis Head, or...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, when we were like the Whitelist Series 2, where we were... Mia wanted to refer to us as M&S because S&M might be construed badly. Christopher Page has arrived. That's a familiar name. Why do I know Christopher Page? He's counting.
Sorry, what?
Christopher Page. I know that name.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Oh, yes, you do. We know Christopher Page. Arrives and says, I have an Irish accent and an American accent. And Giles says, it's not an R-rated dim. Maybe without face cam. For all we know, they could both be naked in the apartment and streaming. Well, if it wasn't for Mia,
She'd probably try to.
well, it's like that time when Boris was talking. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, your face, Mia, was hilarious. When I said about how it was really, really hot in Boris's house, and he was saying that he honestly admitted that he was streaming. He was recording naked, and he had sweaty balls because it was so hot, and he just couldn't put any clothes on because it was so hot. And I suggested about putting a towel on your chair, and you looked in horror at the towel on my chair and said, "Is that why you have a towel on your chair?" And you're like, you could see that look of horror on your face as if saying, "You've been sitting naked on that chair, haven't you?"
It is a justified reaction, I'd like to add.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Well, at the moment, I count those as crystals, but I'll keep them in the valuables chest.
I know what I was thinking about. Sorry, it's Christopher McAllister.
Ugh.
Is
Shame
who
on
I
you.
was thinking of. Who, because that's his proper name, I can't actually tell you who I'm talking about now, because it's one of our streamer friends who goes by a different name.
Well, you shouldn't have...
I know, but I just like, so sorry. Hello, Christopher, and welcome to the stream. And sorry, I was confusing you with somebody else. And so everybody say hello to Christopher. Dow says, "Isn't M&S a supermarket? So why does Mia want you to be called that?" I don't think. Mia, did you know that M&S
I
was
wasn't
a
aware of
supermarket?
Marks and Spencers, and they're called Marks and Spencers, and nobody called them M&S.
Bill also says, S&M, sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. That was Spider-Man said that. I used it in the intro to one of Pulsar series. Christopher will be right back. I'm going to be on my other account called Death Plays Games. But also says, well, if it wasn't for me, and this says, TMI, Sal, TMI. Tato says, you should check it out, Sal. Sam & Max is the most adulterated kids game stroke cartoon stroke comic. But also says, and thank you for that reminder. No problem. Alrighty, I'm back, says Ralph.
Welcome back.
So if Mia and Sal are naked streaming, doesn't that mean Mia is a naked East German streamer? I'm not kidding. I am absolutely convinced that Mia doesn't even strip off in the shower. Now, I have no evidence for this, but you know when I played Sims and we did the Never Naked with Mia, and he always took the shower in a swimming costume? If that turned out to be true, I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised. And Death Plays Games is back. Hello.
Hello. What's the first name? Death or Deaf?
Death Plays Games.
As in people can't hear.
No. Death is in the...
People are dead.
The anthropomorphic personification of a state of being.
People are dead. People be dead. Is he dead? Is it about being dead?
Death Plays Games. That's his name.
Oh, you make this way too complicated. I do remember a chunk of gold sitting around here, and now that I need it, I can't find it anymore.
Ralph's asking, Death Plays Games, do you seriously still like Undertale and the whole Sans cartoony stuff? I kind of like Undertale. I've never played it, but I like it. I like the cartoon style. No problem with liking an old game? Absolutely.
It's not that old.
Yeah. Well, Ralph's one of our younger viewers, so it's
we're
all...
old to him. I see how it is.
It's all to
According
do
to
with
him, we're already
percentages.
retired people.
No,
and I'm telling
it's-
you, I feel like I should be already.
It's all to do with percentages. So, Undertale is a much... When it was... A bigger percentage of Ralph's life has passed since Undertale was released than mine or yours or Tammy's or Alorso's.
Well, also those 500,000 bees that died.
And Giles says, do naked East Germans like sandwiches?
What has one thing to do with the other?
I'm sure Mia has avoided naked East Germans to find out, and therefore not been able to find out. Belle also might be able to tell us though. Death Plays Games is 14, which I think might put you younger than Ralph, make you the youngest one here. Well, you're welcome. Welcome to the stream. Ralph says, yes, you're old, Mia. Isn't Mia an OAP and Sal is the nurse caring for him? No, Mia just thinks he's 50. He's not really 50.
I could have sworn that I had gold on this list some time ago. Look at this scanner range. There ought to be gold in here somewhere.
There should be, you're right. Oh, so Ralph and Death Plays Games are within a couple of months of each other. Like just over a month of each other. They'll both be 15 shortly. Bill also says, at Mia, speaking of death, today I had to explain to a bunch of refugees who are studying German in order to be allowed to stay here why we don't say someone died, but rather someone passed away. Ist von uns gegangen.
Yes.
How do you explain that to someone?
By using decency and politeness?
So why do Germans say someone passed away rather than someone died? I mean, it's a phrase we use in English as well, but then we're not afraid of... We wouldn't say someone died. Well, I mean, we wouldn't shy away from saying someone died, but we may also say someone passed away. It's fairly interchangeable. I think Mia's on a ghost hunt. A ghost hunt? A gold hunt.
I am.
Oh, Bill also says, that sells. Sorry, what were you saying? I should help you with. Was typing, couldn't listen properly. Whether
Do
or
you
not
like sandwiches?
Whether or not East Germans like sandwiches, and particularly when naked. I presume that a hot, drippy sandwich whilst naked is a bit of a liability. Giles says, did Mia pass away? No, Mia's still with us.
Unfortunately.
Potato says, well, for all we know, you're both in your 30s or late 70s. The mystery of the unknown kills the man. And Ralph says, I think it's out of a sense of respect for the person, so I'm okay with Hitter died by his own hand. Oh, and Death Plays Games says, I made my name Death Plays Games in reference to my friend who's passed 2 years ago. That's kind of nice. Kind of nice in a sad way. Alfie says, I would think any sandwich naked is a problem. Ooh, crumbs in your nether regions. And Giles says, do naked East Germans drive BMWs, eat sandwiches and live in the Black Forest with bears and Mia's cousins? Isn't the Black Forest... No, I always thought the Black Forest was in East Germany, but it's not, is it? It's in southwestern Germany, isn't it?
Why do I need... what? Sorry, I'm busy hunting gold.
Black Forest.
Yeah, it's around.
Isn't it in the Swabian region?
It stretches quite a bit and actually encapsulates several German...
Goes through München and through Bavaria. Does it go into East Germany?
Hold on. I don't think it's in Munich.
Ah.
Never mind me for the moment.
Yeah. Anyway, it's definitely in the southwest Germany, isn't it? It may or may not be in East Germany as well.
No, it's more in the east than in the west.
Oh, is it? I thought...
Are you confusing forests here?
Yeah, I thought that time I was going to be travelling from... somewhere to somewhere. It was going to go past Stuttgart on the train. And I thought that train line went through the Black Forest. It was going into Austria, I think.
Depends what it's trying to pass by. It might make a curve and go into the...
It was on the west side of Lake Constance.
On the west side of Lake Constance? That's definitely not where the Black Forest is.
No, that's where the train ended up. But it went a bit deeper into Germany before coming out again, but it went quite close. It might have even gone through Stuttgart. Hang on, with things have been said. Let's see. Potato says, well, why the hell are you rubbing sandwiches on your naughty bits? Ralph says, don't you mean Trabants, Bernie? I think I missed a bit there. But Bill also says, on the topic of eating naked, when I'm alone at home, I do tend to take my shirt off so that, at most, my undershirt gets sullied when I'm eating whilst watching streams. There you go, see? Bill also sat there in his underwear. Why can't I?
Because we're decent human beings who know how to dress properly.
Mia would be sat here in a cravat given half the chat. I tell you, if we had webcams on, Mia would be all cravated and dinner jackets. Cravats and dinner jackets. Well, also says, and yes, sandwiches are tasty. Can you make me one? I remember having a conversation with Anubis where he was going to send me a donut down his router and I was going to have to suck it out my cable. So unless you want to go down that avenue, I'm not sure it's going to work. Spotted Cow says, I'm an old yellow cow. Oh, Old Yeller. Now that's a film. Turning 32 soon. Which is old for a cow, it's true. Rolf says, Bernie, are you trying to be a neckbeard here? Are you at least on the healthy side? Velosa says, that cow, me too, actually. Death Plays Games says, have you guys played Skyrim? Yeah, that's the
used
game
to
we
be a
usually play on
regular
the...
stream on
Yeah.
Thursday, yes, but unfortunately, recent hardware issues with the main streaming computer kinda prevent us from continuing. At the moment, we're currently looking into alternatives.
Yeah.
But yes, we've played it both before.
Spent a year actually playing Skyrim. We started in January last year, and it's just about ground to a halt now, but only on a pause because I really, really, really want to get back into Skyrim. And because Skyrim's not likely to have an update in between that's going to be game breaking, shouldn't have a problem getting back into it. So, yep, as soon as I replace my computer, we'll get back to Skyrim. So in the meantime, we'll just do some stuff on a Thursday instead. Let's see. And Giles is pointing out some of the we'll refer to it as the international reach of our chat here. He's saying a Russian asked if Europeans have sex with sandwiches in the passenger seats of a Trabant or Lada, with German techno blaring and the dog in the back in the Black Forest with the military on exercise. And yeah, that just about sums up our chat. Ralph says, well, Russians are not known for... Russians are known for not liking other people. Be careful there. Because that's a
I'm
very
known for not liking other people.
Yeah, it's a very sweeping statement to say Russians are known.
Seek fluid
That's...
intake immediately.
That's a bit like... something to be careful of is condemning a people as having the same views as their government. So while it's true to an extent that you get the government you deserve, often the reputation of a country is based on the reputation of its government, and or its government and its
So
military.
what? Britain never gets
but not
anything
necessarily
done
the
then?
people.
Sorry, I was
You can
trying
often
to
find
make
that
a
the people
political
are
joke
very-
here, and apparently you completely ignored it.
I didn't really get the context of it.
Britain's never getting anything done because the government never does anything? Sorry, you're involved in government. This doesn't make sense to you.
Nah. I mean, that's what the British people think of the British government.
That's what everybody thinks of their government.
I guess, sweeping statement, a lot of people don't think that. So, but why would a Russian Antarctic scientist want to know these kinds of questions? Potato says, I'm like 75% undressed at the moment, just boxers and undone pants because guts. But Bob says, I'll be honest, I once watched this stream in the shower.
I just want to
I think Mia's
drown
getting
now.
uncomfortable about all of this.
Yes.
Spotted Cow says, I've watched YouTube videos in the bath before. Spotted Cow says...
Well, you're a cow. You're pretty much always naked, but excused due to fur.
Me. Sorry.
What do you mean you?
I've watched... I have watched...
You hurt me.
YouTube videos in the bath. Spotted Cow says Sal's Skyrim is a Whiterun simulator. I left Whiterun after episode 40. And
after episode 40?
Well, no, it might have been about 40 hours in, actually. It's probably more like episode 20. We were way away from Whiterun. We've been all over Riften and...
We're just drawing circles around Whiterun.
But the circles have got so wide
we'll
that we've been on the border. Of course we will. That's where my house is.
Well, yeah, unfortunately. Does the scanner room finally recognise that there might be gold around here?
Ralph says, just imagine those scenes from World War II films where there are regal dinners for German generals to discuss the war. That's me.
Gold! Yes! Where? Oh, this is probably going to take an hour to find.
Bill also says, at Sal, in that case, no thanks, I'm good. But I missed what that was. Can't remember. Because I'm behind on chat again, I need to skip a few bits and run on. There was a thing about a warper sucking a donut through a cable. Yes, my mind went there. Don't worry, Death, we want Mia to scream. Also, whoever asked about Trabants, no, I was talking about BMWs. They are driven mostly by young Turks in Germany, apparently. In the UK, we think of BMWs as being German taxis. Oh, but only when we want to do them down.
Oh, no.
Charlie
They
says,
got the wrong
so
thing.
like Anubis randos. Yeah, kinda. So this is about what I'm doing with my Thursday streams. Kinda. I might finish off a few games that are outstanding, like Bounty Train, because I think Bounty Train is one that that my computer can probably work with. But yeah, I might take the opportunity to do a few things that because I've been playing Skyrim for a year. There's lots of stuff that I wouldn't mind giving a go, but you know, just do a bit without like getting into a lot of it. Potato says, to sum up chat, we talk about lewd stuff, smart stuff, and the meaning of life all in one stream. And death, that's apparently the topic today. And Tammy says, amen. Ralph says, fine, in my xenophobic, stereotypically British opinion, I think that the Russians don't like other people. Potato says, who hasn't watched YouTube in a bath?
I did.
Mia has never watched YouTube in the bath or the shower. I've never watched YouTube or a stream or anything in the shower because the shower's always so steamy that and it's noisy as well. Can't really hear it when I'm in the shower. But in the bath, it's it's quiet, it's less steamy, and therefore it's easy to watch. And you're there for a while as well. Tammy, whenever you say amen, I think of some black songs of praise women singing it after a hymn.
Oh yeah,
You're
right. I was
gospel.
just on a spree collecting that. I forgot.
Giles says, never speak of Whiterun or Mia deserves masses of salt. Bill also says, hashtag, what outside of Whiterun? Giles says, does the fear of electric shock not matter to you? I'm guessing that's aimed at you, Mia.
What?
Does the fear of electric shock not matter to you?
At the moment, no. I had worse concerns.
It's either that or Giles is thinking that I'm going to
oops.
attach electrodes to somebody's nipples. I don't know. Oh, he is thinking about... Well, no, not about me attaching electrodes to somebody's nipples. He's talking about about watching things in the bath. Well, I just took my iPad into the bathroom and perched it on the arm of a chair, and yeah. Ralph said, so no power supply, and it was way away from the bath, so it's not going to electrocute me. So it depends. I mean, pulling a TV into the bathroom with a power cable on an extension lead, yeah, definitely asking for trouble.
Gold.
Especially if you balance it on the edge of the bath.
Need 4 gold and 1 silver.
BMWs in the UK are twats who go fast and get angry when you do anything wrong. My dad had one before. You get the picture. I had a BMW once. I didn't drive like that.
I had a dinky Ford Fiesta, and I was described by my driving teacher as a kamikaze driver.
Yeah, but you don't drive aggressively. You don't get angry at other people. You just drive way too close to everything.
It's called efficient.
Um,
And prone to disaster.
Giles says, a Canadian once asked me if my job makes me horny. What?
Why would all of Canada ask you this?
No, a Canadian, not
Oh.
Canada. A Canadian once asked me if my job makes me horny. Why would they ask?
I guess she's talking
what?
about Anubis. That's clearly a topic Anubis would bring up.
That doesn't sound like a question that Anubis would ask. Maybe Potato. And Giles says maybe I'd ask Stream that question.
What about Spider-Man, the other token Canadian? No?
Yeah, I'm just thinking whether Spidey would or... No, Spidey would be more likely to pitch in, but I doubt if he'd ask the question in the first place, unless he was provoked. I mean, Boris would, but he's not a Canadian.
He could be, at heart.
Could be at heart, it's true, yeah.
I mean, he is almost married to Anubis. That kind of makes him half Canadian at this point.
And Death Plays Games says, my girlfriend tried to send me nude pictures. She sent it to her dad and she broke up with me.
What on earth? Well, why?
Ralph says, at 14, isn't that illegal? And he says, yes it is. That's why she broke up with me.
I'm pretty certain I had that stuff scanned before. Alright.
Yeah, but you scanned that before, like, really early on, so there's been a few updates to the game since then. So has Mir or Sal or Chat got horny from their job?
Can we drop this nonsense topic?
You're making Mir uncomfortable.
Yes, you are. Stop it. Be decent human beings.
And Potato woke up and says, who, what makes who, what? And Giles says, a Canadian on one of my many stops, Potato, asked if your job makes you horny. I mean, I have done many different jobs, and I'm trying to answer this honestly, which is why I'm running through the jobs in my head, and as of yet, I haven't come across any that have made me horny. It's gotta be true.
I feel like we're going too far with this topic.
Not even, like, you know, working on... I used to work on classic race cars. That was amazing. But yeah, even then, no, it wasn't... I mean, yeah, types of guys I was working with, but that's a different type. That's not about the job.
I'll
that's
just
about...
move my headphones over my ears and not listen to you at all
Mish
anymore.
just turned his volume up on this game. On the topic of laziness, when I got my Star Trek DVDs back in the day, I moved my PC, including a huge old-style monitor, to my bed in order to binge-watch the entire seasons of it, says Belorso. Yeah, I have my computer back in Windows 95 days in my bedroom. And yeah, I'd watch things like that on there as well. Death Plays Games says, talking about lazy, I get paid $5 for my brother to get my Amazon packages. I used to pay good money to my sister to do my chores for me. And Charlie says, goodbye, see you tomorrow. I want to test some stuff. Have a great time for the rest of the stream. See you tomorrow, Charlie. And Spotted Cow says, Mia, did not you get called a sub-captain once? Did you not get called a sub-captain once? Oh, yeah. When you get in and out of your sub, you get called a captain, don't you?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm pretty sure he's referring to my driving lessons, in which...
Oh, that's right, yeah. Hey.
Because I steer my cars like a submarine, which is accurate.
Chat never forgets. Not jobs, but I've had work colleagues that made me horny, says Alfie. Ralph says, talking about lazy, I might ask my mum if I can stay off tomorrow because I feel dead. And Giles, who's Janet? You're not talking about Janice from accounting, are you?
Well, no, that's
Oh.
Janice.
Ralph says HR would be angry. Giles says maybe Janet makes me horny. And
Should
Potato
I
says,
put on my headphones again?
Potato says no, I never get aroused by my own work because A, I see too many flaws, and B, 90% of my current work is someone wants not to get aroused by their boss. And Ralph says, well, Potato, it's a main theme for pornos. Being aroused by your boss. I was once having a thing with a guy I worked with, and he got promoted to be my boss. But other than that, I have never had a thing for any of my bosses. However, it has happened the other way round. This is like some years ago.
It's not Phil.
No! Phil's like 50.
Yes, adequate.
56, maybe? But it's not just about his age, he's Phil.
Yeah.
I
know what I'm saying.
You've met Phil. Have you met Phil?
Yes,
you
I've met Phil.
Didn't you? Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, this is a laborious
Yes, I had
process.
a bit of a fling with and I've always made it a rule to always never ever have a relationship with anybody who is in your line management chain, whether that's upwards or downwards. I've had office flings, office relationships. I mean, so there's a huge number of people who meet their future partners and spouses and things in their work environment. But yeah, stay away from having relationships with people in your management chain. But I did break that rule once with a guy that I was the manager of. But I mean, having said that, I was planning on leaving the company anyway, so I guess I'd thrown caution to the wind at that point. Dato says Sally's my boss and Mia is quality control. Bill also says, saucy story time. I can do saucy stories tomorrow. Mia can't stop me because I'll be the main streamer. And Death Plays Games says, some girls at my school make me horny because they can wear whatever. And Bill also says, also, who's Phil? Ralph says, Phil? 50? Meh. Giles says, explain Phil, Sal. Phil is a very comical character who works for me. He's one of my team. I inherited him as a problem case some years ago. I don't know, been his manager maybe about 4 years, something like that. And when I took him on, he was suffering from anxiety, stress, depression. He had some years earlier been on long-term sick with mental health problems, and he'd come back and he'd kind of held it together, but not very well. And then I inherited him and worked with him. One of the best things that about that whole thing was I went to have a chat with the occupational health people at work, and the woman I saw, I talked to her about it, like, what is it with him? What's wrong with him? What do we do? How do we best handle this? Because I took him on at the time that I became his manager. He'd already gone back off sick before he knew that I was going to be his manager, and so I thought, right, before I even talk to him, I'm going to get some advice on this. How do I deal with somebody with pretty chronic mental health problems? And one of the best things she said to me was, he can get better if he wants to. He might need a bit of help, but he can get better. It's something he can fully recover from. And so when Phil came back in, me and him sat down and we had a chat, and I explained that I was going to be his manager, and I focused on taking all of his fear away and giving him a safe space to work in. So I dealt with his anxiety and provided him with a safety net, and then
you became a model employee and now wears styrofoam hats.
He talks openly about the mental health issues he used to have. He's now completely recovered. He's a model employee except for his sense of humour. Everybody loves him. He's fantastic to have in the team. I mean, he's still a bit of an anxious pants at times. He's a bit of an old woman. And worries about things way more than he really should. But he's brilliant to work with. He's an absolute credit to occupational health interventions. And he's, at the time, my manager before Phil joined the team fully, or maybe within the first couple of weeks, my manager was having a talk to me and saying, so what do we do about Phil? Like, because he can't do the job. He can't do the job. He's, we're going to have to talk to him about either taking a pay cut or leaving. I said, how are we going to handle this? And I said, give me a little bit. Let me see what I can do. And so that was, 3 or 4 years ago. Phil was either going to get the sack or have a pay cut. And since then, he's actually had a pay rise because he's taken on so much more responsibility than he used to have. And he's learned so much more. And it's brilliant. And he's really happy with himself, really comfortable in his own shoes. Ralph says, my mum and dad met when my dad went to where my mum was working. Tammy says, her parents met at work. And... what else are we... Ralph says, Potato, come on, we're post-puberty, give us a break. I'm just scooting through a few things here.
Seamoth sonar or a Seamoth perimeter defense system?
I'm not reading that, Potato.
I really have problems with those, so copper wired to magnetize.
Phil sounds like Reginald Barclay from Star Trek TNG. I've seen some Star Trek TNG. I didn't watch every episode, and I definitely didn't watch them all in the right order. My mum was a huge fan. My mum likes all the Star Treks, and I kind of like it. Not enough to make an effort to watch it, because, I don't have a telly. But I can't remember which one Reginald Barclay is. Do you know, Mia?
No.
I bet if I was to see a picture, if someone can post a picture of Reginald Barclay, I might know him, because I probably just... because I'm really bad with names. Ralph says, real hero. Sal, this is like some Merednesday story or whatever. You could be on this morning, which for people who don't know, it is a daytime. It's a coffee morning show, like the early morning stuff. There's discussions about potatoes' hormones. Babom says 21:44. Then again, probably 21:50 after this is read. Ah, it's only 21:45. I'm not that far behind. Oh, I actually don't recognise him, Belorso. I'm surprised. Was he not one of the... Was he one of those characters who would just appear in certain storylines? It might be just that I didn't see the episodes he was in. Death Plays Games ends up getting a bloody nose every time anytime he has girls in his presence who are wearing clothes that he finds attractive. Should we say that? Bill also says yes, an infrequent guest. Yeah, I must be pure coincidence that I've not seen any of the episodes he's been in. But yeah, but if anyone in chat suffers from depression, anxiety, or ever, it's something that it's extremely rare for anyone to be born with depression or anxiety. It's something that you develop, and almost everybody at some point in their life will suffer from a mental well-being issues of one sort or another, and have no fear. It's something that you can get over it. Oh, we played Mad Murdoch in the A-Team. Oh, well, I never liked the A-Team. I kind of, well, when I was, like, really little, I think one of my uncles liked it, because I used to see the A-Team when it was on. I'd go round to my grandmother's, and some of my uncles were still living at home at the time, and they put it on the telly, and they when I was really, really little, I used to like it, but then I don't know, something, maybe common sense kind of got hold of me. Said something, I don't know, somehow I decided that I was not happy with the levels of violence. I didn't like the and I'm still a young kid at this point, and I just took offence. I took a stance on these things.
This is new.
I didn't like how they could build a tank out of a bunch of boxes and a bit of sticky tape. It's like, that's not how these things work.
I guess they make finding that habitat.
Oh, look at that snake thing there.
What? Yeah, I
Snake
can
thing.
see that. It's fine over there. I'm just scouting around the edges, trying to find some stuff. Of course, I find gold now.
Oh,
Now that I don't have my drill with me.
right. Well, Death Plays Games says I've had depression for 2 years. Yeah. Yep. And so it's something that won't be with you your whole life. You will get over it. It'll just take the right trigger at some point. You'll come across it, but it's a case of being patient and waiting for it, and also trying to find it. But one thing that was absolutely crucial about depression is that you can't recover from it until you want to. It's when you want to recover that you're able to. But it will then take something else as well. It can be an environmental thing, or it can be the intervention of a person or something like that, but depression is something that is fully recoverable. Tammy says his name is Dwight Schultz. He also was in Star Trek Voyager. Ah. Gal says, what about the urge to kill tarot card reader sex chatline people? If you're referring to me, I was their supervisor, not their murderer. I sacked one or two of them, but I never killed anyone. Data says, I was born with depression, but things like anxiety and stuff like that is unwanted DLC. Belle also says, that's Sal, I know all I need to know about depression. I can give you guys a good address for professional health. Well, for all residents of Western Germany. Death Place Games is in America. And then
Finally.
Death Plays Games is explained as a spotted cow. Why he's got a nosebleed? It is 21:51, yeah, so
I'm on the way back. Stop rushing.
I'm not rushed, just letting you know we're getting close.
One's going a bit low, I believe.
He is a bit, isn't he? Did you get what you needed?
Yes.
Good. So tomorrow, do I start a scenario of Railway Empire?
I thought you wanted to do the campaign.
Sorry, yeah. The scenario is what I'm playing in the recorded series. Do I do a campaign?
You know that if you do start the campaign, Babom will torment you forever until you've finished it.
Yeah, I know, Babom. Well, Babom torments me about every game that I've never finished.
You stopped about Urban
Which is
Empire?
Well, I finished Urban Empire.
Well, yes, but you know how long that took?
Yeah. But you were the person who suffered most from Babom's tormenting. Because I don't really take it to heart.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
While also saying at me, so will you visit the ghost next week or will you continue to stall?
I don't know. Probably stall. I need more reactor rods. So there you go.
Potato says, well, I was asked to make a thumbnail for the railway stream. And yeah, I will definitely stream Railway Empire. It's just whether I do it tomorrow, whether I make that my Thursday streams. But also says, yes, Railway Empire stream, please. Gal says, I'd be up for watching it. Spotty Cow says, depression. An old bad friend. I got it 20 years ago. Alfie says, keep stalling, Mira. I haven't reached that part in my own playthrough yet. Mia is terrible for spoilers. Although, bizarrely, yeah, how come, Mia? That when I know what it is that I want to play next, and I start hyping it up a bit, and you're saying, no, don't tell them, don't tell them, don't tell them. And yet, anything else, you can't keep the secret. You've got to give the spoilers out.
I don't know what you mean.
Mia's in denial.
Do you remember where I stored my thing? My habitat building tool? I've been looking for that for a while now.
Same place as your cat poster?
Oh yeah, very funny. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, all I would do is say check all your lockers. Check your suit pockets. Check, because this is, you know, it's just like real life. It's like, well, where did you last have it?
On the boat, and I didn't take it off. It just fell off due to game bugs.
Captain, all systems online.
Oh, Potato's got an eyelash stabbing his eye going, ow, 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 ow. Tammy says, I'll watch whatever you want to play. And Ralph says, right, I'm going. Bye, everybody. See you soon.
Farewell.
Mom says, hey, Mia, your cat poster is on the wall. Hashtag the key is on the wall. Yeah, that was a very funny moment there.
There are the empty power cells. Oh, and there's the habitat builder. Never mind, I found it.
2155 says Babom.
Mm-hmm. Very well observed. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's good to have Babom doing time checks for us. Miss him when he's not here. And Potato says, well, I hope you sort it out so I can make the appropriate thumbnail. Yep. I think we shall start streaming tomorrow. Series 2 of Railway Empire, even though we're only on episode 1 of Series 1. We'll just run Series 1 and Series 2 at the same time. So Series 2 of Railway Empire will be the campaigns. We'll do one of the campaigns. It's whichever of the campaigns comes first.
I guess. Hold on, I wanted to pick up the rest of the water on the base.
Oh, Babom says, but the stream can never end. There is no cat poster to end on. Ooh. That's deep. How are we gonna cope with that, Mia? Death Play Games are subbed.
I guess I'll just have to play forever.
Yep, Potato says, well, seeing as how the cat poster is gone, I guess the stream is never going to end. Which means that you will end up giving... was it Alfie who was playing? Quick scroll up there.
Enough time to finally catch up, or what?
Keep stalling it. Yeah, Alfie. Which means that you would end up finishing the game before Alfie finds out what happens next. Yeah, lack of cat poster sounds like, and a stream that never ends sounds like Mia's nightmare. There's Bell also.
It's just not the same thing.
No, I know it's not quite the same thing, but you know, nearly. Yeah, that's sigh. Nobody does a sigh quite like me.
Engine powering up.
And Potato says, Stream 14, Mia's quest for a new cat poster. I wonder if you can find those cat posters somewhere else.
I do believe that this is a unique object and only exists once on the Aurora.
Oh.
The only other alternative I would have is assuming that, just like all the underground things, the Aurora reset.
Maybe. Death Plays Games says, last week a woman tried to break into my room. She got arrested and her husband as well because he was the one who planned it. Whoa, that sounds a bit heavy. Babom says, I love the idea of a picture to remember the original picture. It's kind of very Mirish, isn't it?
Kinda. Would you mind starting to do the outro while
Shall
I'll
do,
get
but
into
first
position?
of all-
Ah!
You see, all the people who were asking for mere tickles, I can't do mere tickles until overtime. We know it's overtime tickles. Babom says messing around in the save file might fix it.
No.
Yeah, but then he might also lose the picture of the picture. So, yes, outro. What was that? That was a mere squeal. That was mere trying not to lose control whilst driving a submarine. When he's driving the submarine far too close to the ground.
Well, it's either that or getting hit by bloody other things.
What other things could you be hit by?
Very large sea monsters and spider squids.
But you're right next to the grass stuff, the creep vines.
It's a good habit to internalize.
You say that like scraping your bottom along the ground is a good thing.
It is!
Just like
There
driving
is no
too close to people or parking too close to the edge of a ledge or
Do the
parking a
outro while I'll
space
get into
engineer ship
position.
too close to other ships and they glitch into each other. Tammy says that scared my cat.
It scared me too, if it helps.
Potato says, Mia, take a screenshot of the screenshot picture for the right frame. It's true, you didn't do a screenshot of the screenshot.
Well, no, not
Your
yet.
cat
I'm not
section.
in the outro position because you're refusing to do
Okay,
outros.
outro it is. So if you enjoyed this, do come back again next week, Wednesday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, to see Mia scraping his bottom along the ground in submarines once again. Or join us tomorrow for me playing most likely Railway Empire, one of the campaigns, and I shall be starting at 8 PM GMT. That's about 2 hours ago from now. Or if you would like to join us on something different, we will be hanging around in chat in Potato's stream. Crazy Potato will be streaming on Saturday at 8 PM. Although by the sounds of it, it won't be Monster Hunter because it sounds like Potato's going to be recording that because he can't hang on a week to play it. So maybe he'll be playing something else. So, how's that for an outro, Mir?
Yes, I'd love to be more condescending to do that, but I just realized I drove into a war zone. Excuse me. I'll just quickly park by the beacon and then we're good to go. I just want to make sure that thing over there doesn't see me.
Well, Alfie's given you some very nice advice.
What's that?
Mir, if you want to spawn a new cat poster, the ID is Poster Kitty. So item Poster Kitty 1 should add it to your inventory.
Thank you. That is very nice advice. Where did I park the beacon? Over there. Ah, there we go.
Is this where you want to leave your sub at the end of the stream?
Yes, I'll just park it in this tunnel bit here because I'm fairly certain as soon as I'm in here, I'm outside of the reach of the big worm thing.
Okay.
And it is usually fairly calm down here.
Okay.
The head standard.
It's just that when we start the stream next week, you have a tendency to hang around on the opening screen for ages until you run out of food and stuff. Fluids.
Engine powering down.
Well, there we go. Everything seems to be in order.
All right. Oh, Bell also is really cracking on about the overtime tickles. He's had overtime tickles. He's squashing my hand against the chair so that I can't move it.
should hit the
not
button
the
while I'm
same.
crying. This is dramatic.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I think Mia needs
You hit the stop
consoling.
streaming button, not the stop recording
yeah,
button.
yeah. I know. I'd have figured that out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you soon. See you tomorrow.